Kishor for an express dialogue in Hyderabad at a better time. The much awaited Lok Sabha polls is almost upon us, and he has had a unique sort of participant observer status in these battles for a decade now. Participated just one tiny remove, not as a direct contestant as yet, but as India's most celebrated professional political strategist, one who helped parties craft their outreach to the voter. By now, he is able to translate that decade-long experience with the practice and processes of electoral strategy into live theory. A compelling analysis that reads the pulse of the time. Prashant Kishor is the only person in the polity to have an enviable record of working closely with almost all leading politicians across states, north, south, east, and west, and with a high success rate. It's a glittering and eclectic resume after helping Mr. Modi win his 2014 mandate. His work took him to Nitish Kumar, Arvind Kejriwal, Captain Amrinder Singh, Mamata Banerjee, M.K. Stalin, Jagan Reddy, and the Gandhi siblings, you name it. In the process, he has acquired a grassroots understanding of voter psychology. From whatever he has liberally shared of how he does it, we also know it is on the back of real-time data, not only collected from pre-given data sets, but modified and confirmed by talking to people on the ground. That's perhaps the most important thing that he does and did. Something political parties were meant to do, but sometimes lost their way. In the processes, in the layers of protocol, VIPism, and security cordons. PK, as he is popularly known, is here today not because he is strategizing for any party or leader, but because we want to know what he sees from this unique vantage point of his. At this juncture, just a month away from general election, which may result in a historic third term for a PM, after no less than Nehru, what he makes of this polity in transition. One, which he perhaps plans to enter at a future time. I wholeheartedly welcome Prashant Kishor to our inaugural long-format Express Dialogue at Hyderabad.
Thank you. Well, it's rather glittering introduction. We are highly overrated. I have said this before and I would like to repeat, all what you attribute to me or my team or my work, these are all highly overrated. Make no mistake, elections are won or lost by the leaders, their work or lack of it, their workers and the support of the people, the hard work of their cadre. People like us, when we were doing the work, when I was doing this work, at the very best, we could contribute on the margin, just to align things a little better, just to make things a bit more efficient, just to make supply chain and the communication be a bit more effective. But to say that X, Y, Z, and it applies to me as much as it applies to others, individuals and groups, that so-and-so has helped a party or a leader win election is an overstatement to say the least. Certainly, I wouldn't like to say this for myself. The other point what you mentioned, that we listen to people. In one line, I describe my work is structured listening to people. And you said that the parties have lost their way somewhere, and that's why probably the need for likes of us to do the job. That's not true. It's easier said than done. Look at how we have been told, and as we were growing up, you would have heard this. In Hindi, I would say, Raja bhes badal kar nikle to unko pata chala. You would have heard this story time and again. Kings, they got to know about what people think only when they changed and went to the masses. This kind of summarizes everything for me. No matter how smart you are, no matter how big is your intelligence, no matter how big is your grassroots connect, how strong is your grassroots connect, someone who is sitting on the throne is never ever going to get an unbiased, unfiltered opinion. So it's not that parties have not been able to do and hence somebody else is doing the work for them. It is structurally the challenge. If you go and sit on the chair, I would face the same problem. Lot of us, we underplay this aspect when we say, how come this guy is not, how come my chief minister doesn't know what people think about him, that he is inaccessible. It's again, when you go and work closely with them, you realize how difficult it is because you don't see it, and it has been there for centuries, not only for the elected leaders. Even when there was no elections, it was very difficult for the kings or the people, the rulers, to know actually what is happening on the ground. So that was just 2 points I would like to raise from what you said. Thank you very much.
So we'll start the question Q&A session. Kalyan and I will ask the initial questions, then we'll open it up for our other colleagues and the audience to ask their questions. So, BJP's first list with all their heavyweights already out. PM seems to be on campaign mode. Do they look like set for the race more than anyone else in the fray? Do you therefore see 2024 as a foregone conclusion, as is being said everywhere?
Well, I don't think they have done anything which they have not been doing last 5 years. So he is in campaign mode forever. So to that extent, I don't see this as an aberration. If he would not have been in campaign mode, that would have been the aberration. Again, I don't have a crystal ball to make a prediction who is going to win, but one can make an informed guess. Again, I would like to contextualize this. Anyone who claims, no matter how good a cephalogist he or she is, or claims to be, that they know who is going to win how many seats, make no mistake, they are just at very best, they are making an informed guess. No one knows. No one knows. It's like calling the coin. If in this room there are 50 people and we say, okay, let's call head or tails, 50% people will get it right. That's how the law of probability works. Tomorrow, the same 50 people will start going to the television audiences and newspaper and say, okay, tell me how to call a coin. The fact is you don't know how to call a coin. But what looks, from what we hear, what we can probably make a guess, BJP-led NDA, for sure they have a massive advantage over their opposition, their opponents. Not necessarily because they are early with their campaign, not necessarily because he is hugely popular, not only because they have huge electoral muscle. All these things are known. It's because opposition has not been able to put their act together, certainly not well in time to raise a challenge. In democracy, especially like a country like India, you, or for that matter anyone, should never underestimate the size or the opportunity for the opposition. There is always a majority of Indians are always in opposition. No party gets more than 40% vote. So if 100 people went to vote for Mr. Modi in 2019, it's not a subjective assessment. Just look at data last 75 years. Nobody has been able to get 50% or plus vote in India. Meaning, whoever went to vote, more than half were not convinced with who you are, your policies, your programs, your promises, your ideology, your offerings. So opposition is never weak in India. The second aspect is, when you have close to 700 million people still not making 100 rupees a day, you must not take opposition lightly. What we are seeing is opposition parties or the opposition formation of opposition party could be weak. Opposition per se is not weak in this country. And that's why a leader like Mr. Modi perpetually appears to be in campaign mode. But because from their experience, they know they are not as popular as media is making it out to be, or their supporters are making it out to be. So they are continuously trying to kind of cover up. It's unfortunate from opposition's point of view that they have not been able to put together a formation well in time with right narrative and effort on the ground to mount a challenge. And hence, if elections were to happen tomorrow, there's no prize for guessing that BJP-led NDA would have a huge advantage.
That brings us to the next. Absolutely, it follows from that. We are sitting in the Deccan Plateau. How realistic does BJP's Mission South look like? There is a tendency to say that the South is terra incognita for the BJP, but in reality, it is emerging as a force in Telangana with a 14% vote share, making deft moves in Andhra, has run governments in Karnataka. Firstly, in a pan-South sense, what do you think of the typology, if we say so, of the whole region having a reflexive anti-BJP politics of seeing them as an northern party?
I think it's oversimplification. I never would like to believe, or I've never subscribed to this idea of North-South from BJP's politics point of view, because they have been the ruling party in Karnataka now almost 20 years, either ruling party or principal opposition. So this North-South thing doesn't hold. What does hold is the whole country. You can make a divide, East and South and West and North. When I say East and South, I start from Bihar. Then I go to Bengal. Then I go to Orissa, come down to Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. This East and South roughly accounts for 210 seats. And BJP till now have been, even with their quote-unquote great performance last election in Bengal, in Orissa, in Bihar, 100% strike rate, their total count is less than 50. 17 in Bihar, 18 in, including 18 in Bengal and 17 in Bihar. A lot of people think that BJP has swept Bihar, but BJP fought only 17 out of 40 and they won 17. In Bengal, they won only 18. So this, out of 220 seats, BJP's total count is less than 50. So one statement, if you are a BJP supporter, you'd like to see whether your graph is increasing in this South, East and South or not. One can safely say that their graph is increasing. May not immediately translate into higher number of seats, dramatically higher number of seats, but definitely this tally is going to go up from Bihar, Bengal, Orissa, Andhra, Telangana, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. The total tally of BJP vis-a-vis what they got in 2019 is going to go up. How much is, I don't want to make a guess, but it would be up by few seats at least. What would be more important to understand is their vote share will go up dramatically. So I have already said, and I repeat myself, that in Tamil Nadu I see BJP breaking into double-digit vote share. That would be a massive development politically, like what we have seen in Telangana, 14%.
I was coming to that.
So in a state like Tamil Nadu, if BJP breaks into double-digit vote share, where even if they get 0 seat, that would be a moment of significance if you are a student of politics and you want to follow these things. Similarly, in Odisha, they are already number 1. In Bengal, again, I don't want to make a prediction, but I see, unlike what most people are predicting, I am predicting BJP doing better than TMC in all likelihood. So be ready.
That's a big.
Yes, be ready for a surprise result coming from Bengal in favor of BJP. Them increasing seats in all other states, Odisha, Telangana, Andhra. I don't know if they would be able to add seats in Tamil Nadu or Kerala, but certainly the vote share. So from that point of view, they are the rising political force. They may take 5 years, it may take 10 years, but they will gain in this area. They are cognizant of this fact that this is the area where they need to build. They are investing time, energy. Look at the number of visits Prime Minister has made to Tamil Nadu alone in last 5 years. We don't pay attention to these things. How many visits Prime Minister has made to Tamil Nadu is staggering. Tamil Nadu now ranks only 3rd, I believe, only after Gujarat, and because of the recent visit in Maharashtra, now Tamil Nadu has gone to number 3. Otherwise, till recently I was following, it was number 2 most visited state by the Prime Minister. And that's why you see, they are aware. From the opposition point of view, the problem lies in north and west. The remaining 310, 320 seats, where opposition has a strike rate against BJP in single digit. When I say opposition, it's not only Congress, the 4 parties. Congress, which is taking BJP head on between 220 to 250 seats. SP in Uttar Pradesh, we don't talk much about it. They are taking BJP head on in almost 70 seats in Uttar Pradesh, 65 seats. Then RJD in Bihar, they are supposed to take on BJP in 40 seats. And then finally the NCP in Maharashtra. Until and unless these 4 parties, Congress, SP, RJD and NCP, now Shiv Sena blocked together, unless they get their strike rate against BJP at least 25 to 30%, there is no way you can defeat BJP at India level. But in the same statement is hidden the secret of how you can defeat BJP in short run. If you get 30% seat in West and North, then 150 MPs who have won either from platform opposed to BJP or neutral to any formation, they come into play. So 150 non-BJP MP from East and South, club it with 100 coming from West and North, and you have a game. But for that, you need these 4 parties put together to win at least 100 MPs. Now look at the track record of these 4 parties. Congress in these states are less than 10 seats. Make no mistake, a lot of people look at Congress number at 55. That 55 bulk has come from Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Right. So if you remove 4 seats from Telangana, 9 from Tamil Nadu, 18 from Kerala, so Congress's number goes down below 30. SP has got only 5 seats out of 65. So has Sharad Pawar's party, NCP. In whole 48, they have got only few, 2 or 3. And RJD has got 0 MP. Until and unless these 4 parties put together, forget about Congress winning 100, put together this 4 party winning 100, there is no chance you can take on BJP no matter how much you try. Because simple maths, it doesn't add up. But if you are able to do 100, 120, even one of them, they turn the table and they win 40 or 30, then BJP will face the heat.
The Tamil Nadu question I was coming to a little later, but since you raise it, and I find that is the most interesting part, PM making this very frequent trips to Tamil Nadu. It could either be that he's so confident of the BJP performance in the northern states and Gujarat that he can put lot of focus in Tamil Nadu just to increase vote share, which seems to be a certainty. But do you think that he sees that where BJP had drawn blank earlier, no, he sees a collapse of the DMK or ADMK to ADMK-DMK binary to some extent. Do you see that happening?
No, see, there is data to back that strategy.
Yeah.
First,
the two Dravidian parties which have been in ruling formation in last 30-40 years, their combined vote share is going down below 70% now. And this has been the case for last 10-15 years. For the first time, I see it's going below 65% or 60%. That means more than 1/3 of Tamil voters are willing or looking for some options. Why BJP would like to invest so much in Tamil Nadu? It's not because of the blank or collapse of DMK, IADMK, which is not happening, by the way. It's simply because, like, you cannot dominate the politics of North unless you win UP and Bihar. You cannot dominate the politics of South until and unless you start being a major force in Andhra and Tamil Nadu. It's that important. Tamil Nadu is UP of South. So, Karnataka, they have been winning 15-20 years. Still you are calling them a North party. Karnataka is very much South. It's because in the minds of people, South is, the nerve center of South is Tamil Nadu. They are big. And also this whole notion of Madras, what Chennai was used to call, that everything was part of Madras presidency, whether it's Andhra, up to going up to, part of Orissa. So from that point of view, there is a strategic, psychological and political game that one would like, a long-term player would like to invest in. And I see BJP, like any national party, they are long-term players, so they would invest, even if it means 2% or 4% of incremental vote share. Forget about the seat and all. They have enough seat, but they want to expand. They want to be, in true sense, as the party across, which has got footprints across India, and it also gives them cover in 10 years' time. Sooner or later, someday, somebody will defeat them in Bihar or UP. They want a cover. So they want, that cover will come only from United Andhra or Tamil Nadu. You can't cover for a defeat, a possible defeat in UP or Bihar by winning Mizoram or, Goa. You have to win a large state somewhere else. So that's why they are investing this much in.
You earlier said that rulers find it difficult to know the public pulse.
Not difficult. That's how the nature is.
What do you make of Modi? Does he not have his finger on the pulse?
No, even he struggles. Even he struggles. If you go and talk to him in person, he would have impression about the grassroots reality, which is very different than what the reality is.
Interesting. We were discussing about the South, right? So in Telangana, the Congress has emerged again when it was thought that it's almost all over for the party. I remember you saying in one of your interviews that after 2015 elections, after 2014 elections, the BJP lost several state elections, but won in one state, that is Assam, which helped it bounce back or create the impression that it is going to be in the reckoning in the other state, in the state elections. Will the same apply to the Congress since it has won Telangana?
No, you are using part of what I said in a different context. So let's first come to Telangana. I don't subscribe to this thought process that Congress was finished in Telangana and they have all of a sudden they have emerged. Again, this is, when you are looking at data, tell me when Congress went down below 35% vote share in Telangana ever. It's just that after the victory, most of their MLAs deserted and went to BRS, what used to be TRS. Even in last assembly elections, Congress did reasonably well. They were the principal opposition. It's in the mindset of people. You and I don't want to look at hard data. We go by perception. It's an era of 2020. So nobody wants to study closely. You are saying Congress was party of 9 MLA and all of a sudden they have emerged. I am saying Congress was party with constant 35% vote share, which refused to go down no matter how hard BRS tried. So Congress was not a dead political force as it is safe in Tamil Nadu or West Bengal or Bihar or UP, where their vote share has gone down in single digit, 5%, 6%, 7%, over 20, 30 years and has not moved to double digit. Make this mistake. So Telangana Congress was not as weak as a lot of people are making it out to be. The second thing, they won, the vote was more against BRS, sorry, than for Congress. So these two facts. Coming back to, you said that one victory. No, I didn't say about Assam in that context. I was asked the question on Indian Express Adda that was there any opportunity for opposition in last 10 years? And I said yes, there has been 3 distinct phases when opposition had huge opportunity. Starting from 2015. So a lot of us, we think BJP is dominating everything, they have won everything. And I give you again, I will re-narrate for your audience, as early as 2015, only 6 months, barely 6 months in government, BJP's electoral setback came in form of Delhi election. They lost January 2015, they lost to Aam Aadmi Party. They were butchered electorally. 67-3. The same year, in November, they lost the high decibel election in Bihar. Again, reduced to 55. Then again, in May, the election 2016 May, they lost Bengal, they lost Tamil Nadu, and they managed to win Assam. So what I was telling, the first opportunity for opposition came in this 15-16 months time period from January 15 to May 2016, when BJP did not win anything. They were still new in the government. There was no cult imagery, it was still in making. And opposition had their chance, but they were just lazy. They were thinking that sooner or later Modi will become unpopular and will bounce back. So you let that opportunity slip by. And it was not one-off event. 15 months, BJP did not have a single electoral success. And in Assam, when they finally managed to win, that was purely the mistake of Congress. The second phase came, again, when after the massive victory of BJP in Uttar Pradesh in 2017, people have forgotten the post-demonetization, the economic distress and the effect of it started showing up 3 months, 6 months later. So in 2018, there was unrest, social unrest started in Gujarat, the Patel agitation, as you know. The 3 young people, non-political people, Alpesh Thakur, Hardik Patel and Jignesh Mewani. Massive unrest in Prime Minister's own estate, leading to BJP almost losing the election in Gujarat in 2018. Almost losing the state. That was the worst performance of BJP in Gujarat in last 20 years. Then they went on to lose Karnataka. Then they went on to lose Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. So mark this time period again. December 2018 to December 2017, December 2017 to December 2018. Again 12 months, BJP never had any electoral victory. Congress tail was up. Rahul Gandhi was the president. They were doing well. BJP lost everywhere. Still, Congress could not capitalize on it. So BJP made a comeback. Then the third phase came in 2021, when BJP was defeated in Bengal and they didn't have electoral success anywhere else. That was the time when, if opposition would have got their act together post Bengal, they had a clear 2 year and a half to prepare, to be on the ground, to form the narrative, to raise. That was the time when COVID second phase hit the country. In last 10 years, Modi's personal approval rating has taken beating only once. That was in the after second wave of COVID. If you look at the MOTN survey closely, he lost almost 20 percentage point in his approval rating in MOTN. So post-COVID, there was like, even his supporters were shaking with their faith in Mr. Modi. They lost Bengal. That was the time to come together. Again, you allowed them to come back. 1 year, the vaccination, another thing, COVID subsided, people forgot, and now they are again back. So I am saying opposition had their moments. 3 distinct phases, each phase lasting for 12 to 15 months. And in those months, you did nothing, or what you did was not enough or not sufficient, allowing BJP to make a comeback. Now they are on rampage. So if you will drop the catch, batsman is going to make you pay, and that's what is happening. It's not that they played a flawless inning. They gave you the chance, opposition did not capitalize on it. So coming back to your question, can Telangana be what Assam was in 2015-16 for BJP? Answer is clear, no.
After the elections, now there is a perception in Telangana, our friends from different parties are also here, that the BRS, a strong regional party, may find itself in an existential crisis if it loses the Lok Sabha election now. Because the BJP, as you pointed out, is now in double digits here in terms of vote share, and it's likely to increase. So how do you see this panning out? I mean, is this an existing?
I would, if I'm a BRS leader or a supporter, I would be extremely worried, and yes, it could turn out to be an existential crisis for BRS simply because the support base what BJP would be getting against a ruling Congress would be primarily or predominantly coming from the support base of what BRS used to have. So yes, the answer is yes. BRS guys need to be pulling up their socks and taking this as a real serious threat to the party, their existence, their dominance in this state, probably for the first time in last 10-12 years.
So would you agree that if the BJP crosses double digits in any state, one regional party in that state could be facing kind of an existence?
No, but that has been the case with any other party as well. You know, whether it's a regional party or national party. Say, for example, take West Bengal. 2 national parties, the Communist Party and the Congress were the number 1 and number 2. The moment Mamata Banerjee crossed into double digit, she became the dominant force. Similarly, it has happened in Andhra. TDP Congress, the moment YSRCP or YSR TRS got into double digit is what? You got some like visible, tangible support base. So then you can make a jump from there. So it's not exclusive to national party or regional party. Any political formation that gets, which is new or making a new entry in a territory and that gets into double digit vote shares should be taken seriously.
Would anybody in the audience like to add one question to this ongoing discussion on Telangana?
Any questions from the audience? Or we'll come to the audience later. We'll do our bit of... When you talk about this Congress re-emergence in Telangana and they're trying another similar experiment in Andhra, of course on the ground presence of of Congress is there. It was there in Telangana even when they were out of power, as it is there very strongly in Karnataka. So do you see a similar kind of thing happening in UP Bihar, Congress re-emerging in those 122 seats? Is it ever going to be a possibility?
See, ever of course. In short run, it's close to impossible. But in medium to long run, anything could be revived. But the comparison, again, you are making a loose comparison between their situation in Telangana and Andhra. There are 2 distinct aspects which we need to take into account when we compare Telangana with Andhra. In Telangana, Congress was benefiting from the fact that by and large people thought that Congress helped create Telangana. That's a huge plus to have compared to Andhra, where people think that you divided the state. Second, in Telangana, as I was telling, in electoral maths terms, Congress vote share never went below 35%. So to take the 35% vote to 45 or 50 is easier compared to Andhra, where their vote share is less than 1%, 0.9% if I recall correctly. So it's very, very different. It's not something which one should compare, both in terms of numbers as well as the larger political acceptance in the society. Reviving Congress in Andhra is a far bigger challenge than making a comeback in Telangana.
Can we go to Kerala and then maybe come back to Telangana and Andhra politics again? Do you see there is a similar effort, like there is an effort, very conscious outreach that is happening in Tamil Nadu, a similar kind of thing is happening in Kerala from the BJP's point of view. But do you see with the two very solid coalitions, LDF and UDF there, is there a possibility of BJP emerging as a force there unless one of the coalitions collapse, which doesn't seem to be likely?
Again, all your question or analysis is based on the existing political parties or the formations. I don't pay much attention to it. I would look at Kerala as a society. Why BJP has found it tough to break into Kerala is because of the huge population of Muslims and Christians. Now, if BJP were to break into Kerala, whether it's LDF, UDF, forget about that, you have to have the substantial support coming from Hindus, OBCs, and they have tried that strategy when they played this temple issue in a big way last time. But that's not enough. Unless they break into the Christian vote, and bulk of Christians start, a bulk or even say substantial segment of Christian society starts accepting BJP as a acceptable political ally or a platform, they would find it difficult to win Kerala. So their strategy would be consolidate or be the dominant player among Hindus and isolate Muslims would be their strategy. Till now it has not happened, but they are in that direction. I see. I'm not an expert on Kerala politics, but what I see is that they were focusing purely on OBC, Hindu consolidation. So that probably has given them the base. Now I see on ground what I hear a little bit from few friends I have, that BJP is making a very concerted effort to break into Christian segments. So see, politics, as I was telling before interview, is just a reflection of society. If you do not understand society, no matter how much you analyze about these political parties and who votes here, it has not, you can only analyze things retrospectively. If you want to look at future or do a future crystal ball gazing, then you need to invest more time and energy understanding the society and the pattern at the societal level, rather than what is happening to BJP or Congress. I would see, how the major formations in society, which side they are going. That is far more important. So from that point of view, Kerala is not a state where BJP would not be able to break into. They're already kind of, they have their significant presence compared to Tamil Nadu. So, but whether they will cross to gain seats, probably it might take few times. But once if they get into double digit in Tamil Nadu, and as they are progressing in Telangana, probably it all will come together. Also, language is a major barrier. One thing which you are not realizing, if you look at this east and south corridor I talked about, what is distinct is the language. So, if you are in Bihar, how do you introduce yourself? Okay, I'm Indian and I am so and so, I belong to so and so caste. I am from UPite or I am Madhya Pradesh. There is no sub-regional identity, which is a function in parts of the language. But if you are, say, person from Odisha, you will say, I'm Indian, I'm an Uriya, and then the caste or the class becomes the third layer. So, Odisha, Telangana, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, all these states, the language is one additional barrier which BJP, or for that matter, any Hindi-speaking party has to overcome in order to dominate or become a dominant political force. So that aspect is very, very important.
Shall we sort of focus a little on Andhra politics and whether there is a possibility of Chandrababu Naidu who we fondly in the north call Babu. Babu making a comeback, is it a possibility? Or do you think Jagan is too strong and much ahead in the race for anybody to play catch up with him? And what do you think is the Congress new strategizing that they are trying to do by bringing Jagan's sister into the game? Do you think that is going to bear any fruit or make any political dent into the formation that is solidifying with Pawan Kalyan and BJP and Babu on one side, Jagan on the other, and Congress making this late effort to get into the game?
Well, calling an election is a difficult game, especially if you're not involved in it. But I see this whole assumption that Jagan is too strong to be defeated has no legs. He is on a sticky wicket. He's going downhill, not because how good or bad he is managing his elections or what his party is doing and which group is voting for whom. It's simply the function of how he has ran the state. Now, Andhra would probably come in the middle income state if you look at the Indian landscape. And his government has not necessarily, his priorities, even in his own word, has been more about giving the doles, direct benefit transfer, even if at the cost of taking a lot of additional debt. So in a middle income state like Andhra, if you are not talking about capital, the new infrastructure, new capital creation, you are talking about only distribution side, you are running a big strategic, you are taking a big strategic risk. This might work in a low income state, but in Andhra, I don't think, where urbanization is more than 50%, people want to reward a government which survives or whose existence is only seen in terms of the free benefit you are giving to the masses. Because 50% people anyway are not even eligible for it. So you are alienating 50% people, you are not even reaching out to them. So somebody told me that he is trying to make these elections a class battle. Have-nots and haves. But again, you can make a class battle in Bihar, Jharkhand. You can't make it in Telangana. You can't make it in Tamil Nadu. It's very difficult. And even if you have to make a class battle, it can't be based on the DBT, because the younger audience, the younger part of the population, those who are educated, they are looking for job. They are not looking for 1,000 rupees benefit. They are looking for more factories. They are looking for better roads. They are looking for better medical and educational facilities. So if I am an Andhraite sitting in Vijayawada, would I take pride that Vijayawada or Vizag is coming up as the future city? I will feel inferior to my counterpart in, say, Bangalore or Hyderabad or Chennai or Kochi. And therefore, it's not very difficult to make a prediction that it's very difficult for him to make a comeback. I also want to give another data. In southern state, because of this region, no politician has gone on to win 3 consecutive elections. Nobody has been chief minister more than 10 years consecutive. MGR was, but even during his tenure, there was a break. There was a president's rule in between. So technically, nobody in southern states have gone on to remain chief minister for more than 10 years. What does it tell you about the society again? Again, middle income states, society is, they are looking for doles, but they are aspirational on relative basis. 40 to 60% urbanization, more education, all these things tells you that as a head of the state, you must not put all your eggs in one basket called freebies. And Jagan has made a mistake, and I think he would find it very, very difficult to make a comeback now.
You recently met Chandrababu Naidu.
I met him 2-3 months back. Yes.
2-3 months back.
Yes.
So may we ask what exactly
Can I add
transpired at the meeting?
Yes. So actually, I tell you the context.
Just a moment, there is a gentleman there who wants to add to the question.
I'm Ramesh.
Please introduce yourself and
Hello. Yeah. I'm Ramesh, an ex-banker. Your observation on Andhra politics is very interesting. I am from Andhra. I'm closely watching. You said, I absolutely agree with what you said. Because Andhra, the lower income people are also more aspirational because I have opportunity to work in West Bengal, Bihar, Jharkhand also. Where the lower strata very happy with the freebies because they are not that much aspirational as the people in Andhra. Because in Andhra, the worker who is working with me also think of becoming an IT, some to become an IT guy. That's what the aspiration level. So I take your point as far as Jagan running the risk against this. I got a specific question, whether the opposition, Chandrababu, a team, able to put that face to take this head on. Have they, my understanding is they are not fully prepared.
Okay. Two things. First of all, my analysis should not be misinterpreted as putting people in Andhra as a superior breed than people in West Bengal. It purely the socio-economic condition of those individuals in the societies that make them think in one way or other. So, like a poor people in Andhra, a jobless laborer would not think of going to Calcutta. He would rather like to come to Hyderabad, while a poor person with a similar pedigree, similar income from Calcutta or neighboring place of Calcutta might like to come to Vizag and work. So that, please do not make it a racial or a, yes, that's not what it is. You said whether TDP has it or not, I don't know. I don't know if that's for the TDP to answer, but in two-party system what we have seen, that sometimes you need to be just hang in there. People don't vote for you, people vote out somebody and you are the by default beneficiary of it. So if TDP makes a comeback, it would be less to the credit of the work of TDP as opposition party and more the work not done by Jagan or not handled things, because the kind of majority he had, you know, he could have emerged as probably one of the most powerful leaders in South, given his age, given that he won that massive mandate, but he just boxed himself in the state, and within the state, I sit somewhere and I will keep giving these freebies, DBTs, and everyone will start seeing me as God or a giver of a provider. You know, when you start seeing yourself as a provider to the masses, you are making a huge tactical and strategic blunder. Also, it's a moral problem I have in it. In democracy, you are not a provider. Many leaders, they start considering themselves as providers. A part of it hurted KCR as well. When you sit in your palace, sorry, now the chief minister's residences, which are converted increasingly with the public money into palace, and you think that I am taking care of everybody, but that's not your job. Your job is not to take care of everybody. You are being elected to do a job which is being more than provider. Some of these leaders, when they start becoming providers, then people made to pay them heavily in the election, and that is what is going to hit Jagan. I know the majority here again would say that Jagan is looking strong, he is going to win, but again, I have no first-hand experience, I don't have data. My gut is telling that he is losing big, not losing big. Don't make it a headline tomorrow.
That's too tantalizing a thing to not make a headline out of.
Yeah, like in Bengal, when I'm saying that BJP is making a, BJP will emerge probably as the single largest party in Lok Sabha. Sometimes we are like this, people will say, oh, you are an agent of BJP, and that's why you're saying. And if I'm not saying this, then I would not be honest as a professional. But because I'm not a party spokesperson who has to say just what party wants. But that's the fact. Even if it comes at a cost that next 1 month and a half, YSRCP people are going to tell me that, he has sold himself to TDP. I'm sure in Bengal tomorrow, once the news is published, every TMC will say now he has become the true BJP agent and all. But you'll see the result. I see BJP making a huge comeback in Bengal, which is disappointing from if you are a TMC supporter, because in 2021 BJP was butchered electorally in Bengal. It's just that they have not been able to maintain the tempo. They have allowed BJP to make a comeback, and I see very tough times for TMC in Bengal, and same is the case for Jagan Reddy in Andhra.
The buzz is that you are advising Chandrababu Naidu, that you met him.
No, listen, you told me, no, why did I meet him? When I won West Bengal, Chandrababu Naidu is very close friends with Didi. Probably he still is, I don't know, but they were all together in 2019. So he talked to me, but Didi impressed upon me that I must meet him. I didn't meet him for 2 years, but there was like a lot of pressure that at least meet him, because I'm saying that I'm not doing the work, but people are not going to believe it. So they're saying, oh, now IPAC is working, that means he's still helping Jagan and all. So I was advised by, say, those who are playing the intermediary, that at least meet him and tell that you are not on any side. So I met him and I told him that I'm not advising anyone. I would not advise you also, because I've left this space. I'm doing what I'm doing. I came to meet and people say, oh, now he has stopped, now he has come back to advise TDP. Next day I'm doing my Padayatra in Bihar. So there is, like, people just jump to the conclusion. I met him. I spent 3 hours with him. I told whatever I could have told him. He has to fight his own battle. What I can say on record is that I'm with neither of them. I'm with nobody in this election, because I'm not in this space. So I'm not with Congress or BJP. You are asking me my opinion. For whatever it is worth, I'm sharing. You want to take it, you take it. You want to put it in a trash bin, so be it. I have got no axe to grind here. I'm telling you the reason also why he's in a difficult situation. So yeah, you can make a headline, but it doesn't mean that I'm you guys have seen when I did YSRCP, when I run a campaign, I run 24/7. I have not been to Andhra after his victory. I probably have gone once or twice. Both times I went to Tirupati, and that's it. I've never been to, nobody can say that I have been to Andhra in 5 years during his regime. I never go to the state. I avoid going to the state where somebody has helped by me to win elections.
There's one thing I'm very curious about. Jagan has been in power, and there was this Andhra pride had been hurt when Hyderabad was lost, and they have not been able to actually build a capital city or another city for themselves. So do you think that issue of Andhra pride and the fact that there was economic activity of major economic activity could have took off? These are two reasons.
I'm telling you, it is emanating from his desire to be the provider rather than the leader. When you're a leader, you want to build your cadre, you want to build your supporters, you want to build a state. When you are a provider, you just want to take care in your own ways those who you think are going to be voting for you. So everything emanates from there. That so long I am giving money to some women across Andhra, whether I build capital, whether I build a school, whether I build road or factories or not, people will keep voting for me. So the notion starts from this, whether you consider yourself as a leader or you are seeing yourself as a provider. Somewhere he has started believing himself as a provider who can take care of everybody, which is not possible. You can't take care of 5 crore people. You don't have the resources. And first of all, whatever resources you are distributing is not your resource. It's a people's resource. You are the custodian, electorally given a task that maximize the resource and the potential, both. You left out potential, you are only working on the resource side. And that's what has probably hurt him. And we have seen it in Telangana. It's not that KCR has not run the free bees scheme. Which government do you think Ashok Gehlot did not run a government where a lot of freebies were given? But still he lost the election. Do you think Baghel was not taking care of part of society or many sections of society through freebies. All governments do this. Still they lose big. Why? Because people are not only interested in resource management, people are also interested in potential management. When you give hope, you manage potential, what the state and the individuals have, the societies have. If you don't, you're not working on it, then you're not going to win.
Like you were saying, that investment in the future, the future narrative.
Yeah, why do you think likes of Kamraj are seen in such highlights in Tamil Nadu? Because they were seen as harnessing potential of your child by investing in primary education, compared to just giving. So yes, free mixing gives you vote, but that does not create a legacy. That does not necessarily make you the tallest leader whose name mixi के नाम पे आप कितनी बार वोट देते रहोगे. But if somebody has invested in a better education system which is churning out hundreds of thousands of students benefiting from that investment, you will become much bigger leader and your chances of getting re-elected again and again goes up.
Many in Andhra would like to know one thing. You ran Jagan's campaign in 2019. So you must have observed Pawan Kalyan, like Janasena Party chief. What do you make of him?
No, I have not, of course, when you do an election campaign, you observe everything. I haven't met Pawan Kalyan till date. I have no desire as such as well. At that time, there was a lot of, when I came, I remember in 2017, August, after Jagan lost the by-election in Nandyal, there was a lot of people within the party or the sympathizer of ISRCP who advised or wanting me to explore or rather do alliance with Pawan Kalyan at that time. And I was not very keen. And at that time, both me and Jagan, we decided that it's not going to be a major factor, and we managed it well. Results came that way. So, but I have no much. I don't have first-hand experience of the person or the leader, so I must not comment about it.
What is most fascinating about the Andhra situation now, political situation now, is the BJP's move towards TDP, which is so surprising. Jagan having supported it in parliament and everywhere, and being more loyal in the king.
Well, more than BJP, this tells how wrong Jagan has been in choosing his advisors, his allies, his collaborators. He has put his trust in KCR and his friendship. You remember when he started, there was this big bonhammy between him and KCR, fell through. He put all his eggs in his collaboration support with BJP. You see what it is ending to. Look at his own family affairs, where it is. So somewhere it tells you that in 5 years you choose wrong partners, wrong collaborators, and you pay the price. You make the mistake, you pay the price. There is nothing called free lunch. So if you make a mistake, you will be made to pay the price, and he is paying the price. He should sit back and reflect that 5 years you blindly supported BJP even at the cost of hurting your own constituency. Why? Because you thought they will stand with you, thick or thin, whatever comes. They are the first one to ditch you in the battle, which could determine at least your future in near term. So if you make a mistake in choosing your allies and collaborators, you will pay the price, and especially in socio-political
Context, it's more true than other places.
Is there any questions from the audience on the southern states? Because we would like the conversation to go a little north after this. Yeah.
मेरा नाम आर.के. झुंझुनवाला है. As it is, I am associated with the Indian Express as a publisher. My question was, Modi ji is claiming 370 to 400 seats. What are you to say about it?
Well, this is more of a psychological warfare, part of the psychological warfare. Just see how the public narrative has been shifted from whether BJP NDA is winning or losing versus whether they are going to get 370 or not. So, Prime Minister making that statement on the floor of Parliament has made people, even those who are skeptics, even though